Many of you have built AI chatbots, so how many of your AI chatbots can understand images? So not many. So one of the problems we wanted to solve or demo in this WhatsApp application is we want to be able to understand the unstructured data.
We're here with GDG Cloud London, and again they've organised an amazing talk at Google campus in London, and they've brought loads of people together, and their community is really inclusive. Don't forget to go to GDG Cloud and join their meetup, follow them on socials, they are a great community. In this video, you're going to learn about chatbots, AI chatbots, analysing text and images. Yo-Yo and Olga do a really great duo talk and taking you through the process and actually giving you a real-time demo. Spoiler alert, Sony headphones. You're going to see later on what I mean, and the demo is really awesome. They use Dialogflow and the other tools to analyze images in real time on WhatsApp. You may be thinking, what is Dialogflow? Dialogflow is a natural language processing platform owned by Google. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe below if you want to learn more about coding, open source, and upskilling your skills and learning about the latest technologies. And then also join me at meetups, hackathons, tech events and conferences around the world. Leave a comment below with your thoughts and your feedback. I'd love to hear from you. And hit the bell button if you want to get notified each time I publish a video. Enough from me, let's hear from the great speakers, Yo-Yo and Olga.
Introduction to ourselves. I'm Yoyu. I'm a cloud data architect from Cloudreach.
And I'm Olga, cloud systems developer, but I have a particular interest in data, so I will be presenting the visualization data side of this project.
Yeah, I must admit I have some interest in data as well as a data architect. Our talk will be about a chatbot, but it's not really about chatbot. So hopefully we are going to take you through some interesting AI services Google Cloud provides, and this session will be interactive, so be prepared. As we mentioned, many of you have built AI chatbots. So how many of your AI chatbots can understand images? So not many. So one of the problems we wanted to solve or demo in this WhatsApp application is we want to be able to understand the unstructured data in like multimedia messages, primarily like images. Of course, like as DevRel showcased, Dialogflow, with Dialogflow, we can also understand the unstructured data as a voice. But our approach is slightly different from the conventional way. So the conventional approach is we use so for those you don't know, the Twilio is like, Twilio provides a WhatsApp API, so which enables you to build a chatbot that integrates with WhatsApp. So the conventional approach is to use Dialogflow and trigger cloud functions as DevRel just demonstrated. Our approach is slightly different. The main reason is that with Twilio API, with Dialogflow, if I send an WhatsApp message with image and pass through Dialogflow, the image data will be lost. So that's why we use Twilio to hook up with Google Cloud Functions first. So in this way, we can preserve the image data. And we use Dialogflow merely as a natural language processing part to provide a more natural language experience for our users. We use the infrastructure as code as well. As the first speaker introduced, the Terraform is pretty much the go-to infrastructure as code tool nowadays. I think there was a question about when you should not use Terraform. So Dialogflow, as some of you may know, Dialogflow is actually not supported by Terraform yet. So with Dialogflow, we cannot really use Terraform. But there are some ways to work around that enable us to pretty much still use infrastructure as code, and we can still have our automated pipelines for Dialogflow. If you are interested in this part, feel free to talk with me. after this. So now is the demo. So can you see this okay? So this is my personal WhatsApp, the web version. So I already let my friends know don't send strange messages during this time. So a basic chatbot to begin with. So I said hi, and the chatbot said, "Greetings, how can I assist?" So the business scenario this demo is built on is that a customer go to a convenience store, like for example Sainsbury's or Tesco, and they bought something, they want to provide a feedback to the merchant. So I can say, "I'm very happy with a product I bought recently." So I'm just typing in the message. So behind this, we use the Google AI service to do a sentiment analysis. So the sentiment analysis, the chatbot knows this is a positive message, so it says thank you. And we also set this sentiment in our dialogue, in a dialogue flow context. So throughout the conversation, the chatbot will know this context information. Okay, this is probably a positive feedback, not a complaint. I can also send negative feedback. For example, I can say, "I'm not happy with the oranges." Diraj touched a little bit on. So when I test this message, in this message, I mentioned the product oranges. So as a natural language understanding component, Dialogflow actually extracts the product information, so it understands I'm referring to the product orange. So in the reply, it also referred the name of the product, and it asked me where did I buy it from. I can say I bought from Holborn. Okay, similarly, it understands by Holborn, I'm referring to the Holborn store, where Holborn is actually an alias of the Holborn store. And because of the negative sentiment in previous messages, it understands it's actually a customer complaint. I will just very quickly go through this. So intent extraction, as Diraj also already mentioned, intent is what the customer wants to do. As a human, we have different things to express the same intent. I'm sure some of you may be very familiar with already. And for the entity extraction, similarly, if I say I bought a box of spaghetti, with the entity extraction or the part of speech extraction, Dialogflow can understand, okay, box is a unit of volume, and spaghetti is a custom entity we created here. So spaghetti is kind of product. And the context, we already mentioned, it's equivalent to the short-term memory of the chatbot. When there is no memory, we might have all experienced this. It's very frustrating to talk to a chatbot without memory. So the next part is the multi-language translation part. What I type in here is I bought it from Farringdon, and it automatically replies in my own language. So behind this thing, it uses the Google Translate API. I believe many people are already familiar with. I think another nicer thing to know about the language APIs, it can do language detection automatically as well. So no matter what language I type in, we program this chatbot to reply in the same language. So the image data, as part of the Google Cloud Vision API, there's a product search feature. What does the product search feature do? It enables you to train an image recognition model almost effortlessly. I came up to the stage with my headphones and a lip balm. It's not because I need to use the lip balm all the time. It's because they are the example products in this demo. You can take pictures of your product from different angles against different background and different lighting. And as what you would do in common machine learning model training scenario, you supply this image to the product search and label those images. For example, label this one as strawberry jam, label this one as mugs. So the Vision product search feature will automatically train this model and host this model for you. In the WhatsApp demo, I'm going to take a picture of maybe the headphone and send to WhatsApp. Let's see if it actually recognizes. So it did recognize, it found the product solely headphones. Behind the scenes actually calls Vision API, product search API, and look up the similarity of this image to the already trained product search model. So it matches the product with the catalog we already have. Last feature I want to show is the custom model. For the custom model, we use Cloudreach, that is a serverless Docker container hosting service provided by Google Cloud. In this demo, we used the custom model for barcode extraction. For this demo, I will just send a barcode picture I previously taken here. Behind the scene, Cloud Function calls the Cloudreach endpoint and with the URL of this image, and the custom module runs the barcode extraction and the extracted barcode 20 something something and matches it with the product catalog in data store. So it found the product is the hand gel. So that's with that, it's the end of the demo. I will hand over to Olga, who will take you through the analytics, BigQuery and the analytics part. Thank you.
So in my part, I will focus mainly in Google BigQuery, which was mentioned before, and Tableau, which I used to present the data that we got from WhatsApp from the customers. So we get a lot of unstructured data that, thanks to Google services, we can make into structured ones. But then the question, what you're going to do with this data? You can look at different angles. Different teams can use this data. And the question is, like, why are you even gathering all this? How eventually you're going to use it? I will show you where the data actually ends up, and it's BigQuery. So this is one of the tables. So in preview, we can see that it keeps, for instance, session ID, which is just a unique ID for that exact conversation. Then the barcode, intent that we discussed, why the person, is it a person wants to say that the product is really good or complain about the product themselves, and and sentiment, which defines are the customers like talking in really praising the product, they're saying good things about that, or really complaining about it. And in BigQuery, as well as in Tableau, you can run different queries to actually extract the data you need, as it can keep quite a lot of data. I created one really simple query just to demonstrate you. If someone before worked with SQL, they know this query and how to explain it. But basically, I'm taking I want to retrieve all the products from this table, which were discussed in German language, and where product is defined. And I put this as well because during testing, we just put one product, the name is just blank. So I just had to define that. So then it retrieves all the products which were discussed in German language, for instance. So it's just one example. And the rest of the queries, you can see that here is just all the same custom SQL query just running and running and running. This is basically how Tableau gets the data from BigQuery, because Tableau is a visualizing tool and it can't get all the data from BigQuery because there is no point. You define which query, which data exactly you want, and then it runs this query against BigQuery, and it gets the data, exactly which data you need based on that query. So I'm going to demonstrate Tableau. So when you open the dashboard, it's going to prompt you to connect, to sign in. And now it will allow me to open my dashboard. If someone is not familiar with Tableau, this is mainly the tool that is used to create dashboards. So it's a visualizing tool, but you can as well use it for your data analysis, because you can run queries, you can create special calculated fields. So it's another way to analyze data as well as visualize it. And which is what the particular thing about Tableau and how it connects to BigQuery. It doesn't show you all the data straight away. You press update now, and then it retrieves live all the data from BigQuery, and then it shows it to you. And the good thing about Tableau, not promoting it, but just to mention, you can make different connections you can get from different file types, and also from different cloud providers, different databases. And then what I did here, I created a special query which I used to get the data from BigQuery, and I also created 2 CSV files which just had the list. One had the list with the images, links to the images of the products. I'm going to explain you how I use it later. And also the longitude and latitude of the locations of the stores, so I can use it in my dashboard later. But the idea here that you can connect data from different resources and create the customized dashboard as we wish. So just going to the most interesting part. So this is the dashboard. It can be customized, it can be more beautiful, can be styled differently, can have much more charts. But just here to explain you which kind of question you can ask this data and what are the different ways of looking at the data that at the beginning was quite unstructured and we couldn't realize really how it can be useful for us. So for instance here, I can choose stores on the map, and it's going to show me the products and how many there are praise, like there are good things said about the product, and how many complaints. And then you just select over a map, and it just shows you how, like, which products are more popular, which really gets way too many complaints. And you just select and then filter it by just using these interactive tools. Here is quite a simple idea, just show the picture, but if you have thousands of products and you really want to see straight away what this product is, or you want to see its code or barcode or anything that you need, you can just filter, and then it's gonna straight away show you. You choose the store, it shows you, is it really good, this product, or it gets many complaints. You see the image straight away, or any other information you need. I just wanted to show that, for instance, let's say for milk chocolate in Oxford Street store, there are 14 complaints, but then the sentiment overall is not really negative. So there are many complaints, but people not like complaining in such a bad way as like for other products. Let's say there are less complaints for Holborn store, but overall sentiment is quite low. So you can look at the data in quite a different way, and then you just combine the charts, and then you can see how it can be useful for your business. And one thing that I wanted to mention, which might be interesting for developers, is that Tableau now, what they call embedded analytics. You can include dashboards. You can have them as code and include in your websites, your applications. I'm not going to focus on that too much because it's quite a new feature, but Tableau currently runs many events on that, and if you're interested, you can sign up for that. But again, Tableau is just one of the ways. There are different, you can connect with different tools to BigQuery. It's a good tool to demonstrate you what will be this final destination of the data, and how actually you can visualize it and see what's actually happening. So yeah, this is like an end result. Thank you.